ఓకే. వచ్చినట్టుంది. హ్మ్. ఈశ్వరా! హుహు. హ్మ్. ॐ श्रीकृष्ण शरणं मम श्रीभागवत शरणं मम श्रीसद्गुरुशरणं मम श्रीव्यास शरणं मम श्रीशुकदेव शरणं मम श्रीसूत शरणं मम श्रीनारद शरणं मम श्रीकुमार शरणं मम श्रीब्रह्मा शरणं मम श्री विष्णु शरणं मम श्रीपरब्रह्म शरणं मम श्रीकृष्ण शरणं मम शरणं मम शरणं मम श्रीकृष्ण गोविन्द हरे मुरारे हे नाथ नारायण वासुदेव श्रीकृष्ण गोविन्द हरे मुरारे हे नाथ नारायण वासुदेव श्रीकृष्ण गोविन्द हरे मुरारे श्रीकृष्ण गोविन्द हरे मुरारे हे नाथ नारायण वासुदेव ॐ मूकं करोति वाचालं पङ्गुं लङ्घयते गिरिं यत्कृपातमहं वन्दे परमानन्दमाधवं स्वर्गे सत्ये च कैलासे वैकुण्ठे नास्त्ययं रसः अतः सद्भाग्याः मामुञ्चदगर्हिषित् ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय ॐ योऽन्तः प्रविश्य मम वाचमिमां प्रसुप्तां सञ्जीवयत्यखिलशक्तिधरस्वदाम्ना अन्यांश हस्तचरणश्रवणत्वगादीन् प्राणान् नमो भगवते पुरुषाय तुभ्यम् ॐ श्रीकृष्ण परब्रह्मणे नमः श्रीमद्भागवत महापुराणम् एकादश स्कंदः मुक्तिरित्वा अन्यथा रूपं स्वरूपेण व्यवस्थितिः अथ षोडशोऽध्यायः हरि ओम भगवत गुरु चरण let us salute and pray to them to bless us to work in three pronged way. One way to work is at the intellectual level where we are trying to understand the absolute one without second reality or the truth. May the Lord bless us. May we try it. Second one is may at our emotional level, devotional level, recognizing His presence everywhere through His vibhoothis. Let us only be the devotee of the Lord at the mind level. And at the deha body level, except service and dharma, no other thing we involve in. In these three ways, when we live our life, then all the existing diseases of the mind of misunderstandings go away. As we proceed, we become more and more qualified to understand what the great rishis munis are experiencing and therefore are at the stage of liberation or mukti. We have to pray to the Lord for this and we should try for this. Actually, what is there is one truth alone. In that, other than bliss, there is nothing. Raso vai saha. And luckily, it is everywhere, and luckily, it is we. But for some reason or the other, we have gone away from our own Sarupa Ananda, and we are now miserable. Come back to our own self. And for that, at every step, there are inner and outer obstacles. They have to be conquered. The obstacles can be in terms of doubts, in terms of questions, in terms of wrongdoings, wrong convictions. ये सब को क्लियर करते हुए we have to come back to finally this stage that I am that blissful, all-pervading self. A part of that is, a part of the sadhana is to wipe away from our convictions that the world of names and form is reality. How to do it? Straight away, you cannot get away of it. It is not advisable also. Then what is said to us is visualize the presence of Lord only in the entire world. In the world. Entire world. Entire world you can't do. Then therefore we are providing here the variety of vibhutis. It's only the question of practice till in our mind, in this form, the Lord alone is there. This conviction comes. We have to do it. And most helpful of the practices in spiritual sadhana is Vibhuti sadhana. And as we said yesterday, on the strength of Shastra's words, on the strength of Guru Upadesha, we have to, with faith, believe, do this. Then two things will happen. What? In that form, the Lord alone is there, that experience will come. Second, beyond that form, beyond all forms, the Lord, the truth, the reality, we become qualified even to visualize, experience that. That is why in all Shastras, somewhere or the other, somehow or the other, they give the Vibhuti Upasana. In Gita, one complete chapter is given. In Bhagavata also one complete chapter is dedicated for that Vibhuti Upasana. So, till now in all our Adhyatmic sadhanas, if this sadhana is not included, let us include it from now on. Okay, in these things I am staying, or that form is my own, or I myself am expressing like that. I is who, as said yesterday, your own Ishtadevata. Who is Ishtadevata is none other than the Ishvara. Who is Ishvara? None other than the Parabrahma. Who is Parabrahma? He is all pervading Sadgana, Chidgana, Ananda. What is his relation to me? Ultimately, I am that. This is how they स्कूटर्स वगैरह खराब होते हैं ना, उसको जो है पूरा ओवरहॉलिंग करते हैं, सब साफ करके ऑयल निकाल कर नया ऑयल डालते हैं. Don't we do it in so many? In the same way, we have to absolutely, like sometimes, especially in the cases of dialysis and all, entire spoon goes out and all that is there in that coon, the blood non-positive is removed, again it is re-put inside. Same way, we have to get out of all our wrong convictions and get into our system the right convictions. That is achieved through the vibhutis. Wonderful practice. Helps a lot. All said and done, we have to be astika, we have to be sadhaka, we have to be full in that jignasa that I must have darshan of Bhagavan, anubhuti of Bhagavan. If these sweet, sacred ingredients are not there, our entire life sadhana is filled with doubts, or it will always be only mechanical, external, never helping us to grow inside. They are very essential ingredients. It's just like if you want to relish food in any hotel, you must be fully hungry and you must also have the conviction in this hotel good food will be there. I'll enjoy it. With half-heartedness of the mind and your stomach filled, you can't go and enjoy a cup of tea there. So too, if you want to enjoy the Adhyatmika sadhanas, the jignasa to know and experience the God, and little faith in the Guru and Shastra and process, if we have them, beautiful the journey would be. Excellent. So, in the 16th chapter of 11th Skandha, Bhagavan Krishna himself giving upasana ke liye variety of vibhutis. So, yesterday we saw up to 19th mantra, Nagendranam Anantoham. So, among all the Nagendras, I am the Ananta Adishesha Bhagavan. So, whenever you remember Adishesha Bhagavan in your mind, in a movie, or there in a picture, or in a story, please know that he is the Lord himself in that form. When you do all these practices, what will happen? How can this be Lord? That doubt will go away. Then Lord can be in this form also. That understanding comes. Then Lord is in this form only. That conviction comes. Lord alone is there everywhere. That experience comes. When you do it, you will see the maja of it. नागेंद्राणाम आनंदोहम. देन मृगेंद्र श्रृंगी दमश्रिणाम. श्रृंगियों में मैं मृग हूँ और दंष्ट्रियों में मैं मृग इंद्र हूँ. Shrungi with the horns and all, I am the deer. Deer. Then among all the Damstri, the terrible animals, cruel, etc., who have the strong teeth, etc., to bite, I am that the lion himself. You know, the lion and tiger, especially lion, उसको जो दांत जो उसमें तगड़े जो ताकत होता है ना, impossible to get out of it if it holds us. More is lion powerful than the tiger. So in this way, I am that. Then ashramana aham turiyaha. Yesterday we exhaustively saw it. In all the four ashramas, I am turiya ashrama. That is sannyasa ashrama. So respect those sannyasins, whoever are there. Understand that person, he may be sadhaka, jivan mukta, or whatever he may be, but in that ashrama he is there. That expression of that sannyasa ashrama is Bhagavan only. Turiya ashram मैं हूँ. Means the process of taking sannyasa and leaving all the disciplines of sannyasa for getting established in the truth. Those sadhakas do that sadhana. That aspect of all that process of sannyasam, I am me. That ashrama is me. For ashramam mein hai sannyas. The same way, varnanam prathamaha. Hey anagha, O sinless yudhava, among four varnas, I am the prathama varna, brahmana varna. Now here, the Turyashrama, Brahmana Varna, first of all, worship them as God. Because they are highly divine and sacred and evolved than other three Varna and Ashrama. Now the question is, why not all the other three are also God? This is a wrong track of thinking. The right track of thinking is what? There are four ashrama, yeah, four varna, yeah. At least in one varna as told by the Lord, imagine the Lord is only in that form. पहले वो तो करो, चारों को छोड़ रहे हो तुम. Then we'll extend. Then second one also is God, third also God. All are God only. पहले सबसे sacred जो है उनको पकड़ो. ब्राह्मण वर्ण भगवान का रूप है, संन्यास आश्रम भगवान का रूप है. You establish in that. Then naturally a day question will come. What about other? They are also God. If they are also, if they are not God, God Himself will be not infinite in that case, which is not acceptable. The one without second aspect of God will be disturbed if other varna, other ashrama are not Bhagavan. Therefore, all of them are Bhagavan only. But for upasana, for the sake of this Vibhuti upasana, Bhagavan is saying this. You know how sensitive and devoted the mind should be to accept these things and practice without the ego's involvement. Is it not? For everything, the ego protrudes and brings its own knowledge or ignorance, or likes and dislikes, and tries to question everything. As long as this is not there, positivity is there, you will enjoy with your guru or God or sadhana so beautifully well. The moment ego comes and starts thinking, it will bring all its stupidity and spoil the entire beautiful process. Sometimes highest intellect you have to use. Sometimes total surrender we have to use. We should know which is to be used at what time. So in this case, Bhagavan says, I am Brahmana, I am sannyasi. You do it. What is there to worry about? Why bring ego and say, but I am not Brahmana, I am not sannyasi. That means I am not God's expression. Don't feel bad. You are also expression of Him only. You know, as much the Brahmanas have an ego towards others, went on happening from so many generations. Now all other Varnas are so angry with them for no reason. So angry, jealous, they hate only. I don't know why. क्या हो गया आजकल? विचित्र. Come to the point. Next one. तीर्थानां स्रोतसां गंगा समुद्रः सरसामहम् आयुधानां धनुरहम् त्रिपुरघ्नो धनुष्मताम्. So तीर्थानां स्रोतसां गंगा. The flowing rivers which are Tirtha Swarupa, so many are there. Among all of them, I am Ganges, Mother Ganga. Srotasamaspi Jahanavi, that is what said in Gita. ये गंगा जी भगवान का ही लिक्विड फॉर्म है. मग यमुना कृष्णा गोदावरी सरस्वती नर्मदा सिंधु कावेरी ब्रह्मपुत्र, they are all of them also first Ganga. Have that bhavana and get the Ganga Jala daily, one drop you add and drink. Janma Dhanyam Ganga Jala Lava Kanika Pita. Kriyate Tasyana Yamena Charcha. No, Bhaja Govindam. So, Ganga Maya, Devi Sureshwari Bhagavati Gange, Tribhuvana Tarini Tarala Tarange, Shankara Mauli Viharini Vimale, Mamamati Rastam Tavapada Kamale. This Ganga Nadi, no, something special. स्टार्ट इवन फ्रॉम गोमुख से आप जाओ ना, इतना वो अलग तरह का प्रेम आनंद हमको मिलता है व्हेन वी आर अराउंड गंगा मैया. So different, you are in different world. Leave it to Ganga Maiya's grace, she will take care of us, purify us, in fact give us that bhakti and jnanam. You can see that's how all the people almost living at the banks of Ganges. Wonderful. अलग तरह का उनके अंदर शुद्धता पवित्रता होता है. तव तट निकटे यस्य निवासः खलु वैकुंठे तस्य निवासः. See, whoever stays near you, they are almost staying at the Vaikuntha only. And then Varamahini Kamato Minah Kimva Tire Sharatakshina Atava Sokocho Malnodina. It is better to be a fish in you or in a kamata in you than any human being of all achievements outside, because they are always in your lap. Ganga Maya. Srotasam Asmi Jahnavi. Srotasam Ganga. Tirthanam Srotasam Ganga. एक बार close your eyes. If at all you have seen Ganga Maya, remember her and do pranams to her. That she is none other than Bhagavan's expression to bless 45 crores of Indians. Yeah, you can imagine from that Gomukha coming slowly, slowly and crossing all those places, coming up to this Uttarakashi, and from there the Ganga Bhagirathi slowly going to Devaprayaga, and then there she is merging with all this Alakananda and all slowly, slowly they all become Ganga at Haridwar. Okay, at Devaprayag it becomes Ganga. Before that, different names. This Ganga, Yamuna, Saraswati, they merged at Prayagraj. And then these are all liquid form of Lord. Please remember. Bhagavan has no form, therefore every form is his own. And Ganga. And there are such a Ganga Bhaktas, Hara Gangange, Hara Hara Gange, Hara Hara Gange कहते हुए जन्म को धन्य लाखों करोड़ों गंगा के किनारे में करते. So remember that Ganga Maya and do pranams to her. Even go along with Ganga Maya at Ganga Sagar. Become one with the ocean, the infinite Lord. Srotasam, Tirthanam Srotasam Ganga. Okay? Then a Samudraha Sarasam Aham. Saras means that which has a boundaries, holds the water. And the flowing is the Ganga rivers. Samudra never flows. If it overflows through tsunami when there is a volcanic eruption. But it is a water, stagnant. It doesn't go out. Like the river flows, it doesn't flow. That's why it's called Saras only. Among Sarasas, I am the Samudraha. So same, Sarasam Asmi Sagaraha, Samudra Sarasam. Here it is said like this, Gita mein wo kaha. Therefore, even Samudra also, not your Dukkha Samudra, Shoka Samudra, Ajnana Samudra, Samsara Samudra, but real Samudras that are there around us, the oceans. Around our own nation we have, all these three. The Bay of Bengal is there, Arabian Sea is there. Name to jo bhi ho. All those samudra yaad karo. Reach to Rameshwaram, enjoy the samudra. Reach to our Kanyakumari, enjoy our samudra there. In the mind only do salutations. Go to the Orissa and all that place. Samudra Bhagavan. Do pranam to him. And here this said, so Maharashtra us taraf, Samudra hai, pranam. Then there at the Gujarat, Bhagavan Krishna only stayed in the Samudra only, Dwaraka Nagari. That is the form of Bhagavan. And see, when you see Samudra, it's so huge. You have to believe that it is God only. That's why whoever sees such ocean first time, they say, my God, they say, yeah, you are right, that is your God. These natural expressions of Lord, when you see, there's a fulfillment in life. कि अलग होता है, मन प्योर हो जाता है. सो द समुद्र भगवान को प्रणाम बोलो. समुद्र रूप श्री नारायण भगवान की जय. गंगा मैया रूप श्री नारायण भगवान की जय. Then he says, Ayudhanam dhanu aham. Among all the weapons, so many are there. Dhanu. Nowadays in Valmiki Ramayana, so we are seeing so many Ayudhas names every day. Prasa, Parisha, Pattiga, Pattisha, Pariga, Pattisha. Then Shatagni. Then so many, I don't remember in those Sanskrit names. Chakrayudha, Gadha, then Dhanuhu, Banaha, Shakti, Tomara, Musala, Musundi. They're all the names of the Ayudas. Among all Ayudas, here Bhagavan says, I am Dhanuhu. In Gita, it is said something else. Ayudhanamaham Vajram. He says, I am the Vajrayuda in the hands of Indra. When that was told, Indra might have felt it is egoistic. अच्छा ऐसी बात अब दिखाता हूँ जब उद्धव को सिखाऊंगा, I'll tell something else. Then he says, आयुधानम अहम धनु. Now don't fight. कि धनु है कि वज्र है. There vajra, here it is धनु. धनु, such a wonderful that bow, arrows when you have done the mantracharana करके लगाया. How much more powerful may be the bana? Is it not shara? But if it don't have the shara asana called as dhanuhu, you can't hold the bana and hit. Is it not? बाण को पकड़ थोड़ी मारते, आपको तो ईशु आसनम कहते हैं धनु को. So without a dhanu तो होगा ही नहीं. So I am the dhanu among all the ayudha. Beautiful archery. Then this कार्तवीर्य अर्जुन कहो या अर्जुन कहो, कुछ ऐसे महा धनुर्धारी है ना. So many bana there, and in Valmiki Ramayana we are seeing all Rakshasas. एक ही बार में hundreds of bana they are able to. And Bhagwan Ram Lakshman का तो बात ही क्या, we can't even describe about their ability to use that Dhanurbhana. Always they carry that. Kodanda Pani he is called. Kodanda. Sharanga Dhanu is of the Vishnu. Kodanda is Bhagavan Ram. Pinaka is the Dhanu of Bhagavan Shiva. Pinaka Astaya Sanatanaya. So they have their own names. So Ayudhanam aham dhanuhu. So Bolo Sri Kodanda Rupa Bhagavan Narayana ki jai. Sharanga Rupa Bhagavan Narayana ki jai. Dhanu Rupa Bhagavan Narayana ki jai. Okay. So Ayudhanam Dhanum Tripuraghuno Dhanushmata. So those who use the Dhanur Bana and defeat the enemies, among them I am Tripuragnaha, straight the Lord himself, the Purari. There Rama Shastrabhrutamaham it is said. Among the users of the Bana Dhanu, I am Rama himself in Gita. Here it said, Chalo wahan Ram ka naam liya. Here let us see the Shiva Bhagavan. Therefore Tripuragnaha. So the Tripurasura Samhara Samaya, how Bhagavan Shiva wields that bow and arrow and finishes all of them. Nothing like him, none like him. Greatest. Those Purana stories have to be studied or heard once in a while, and we must remember. So Bhagavan Shiva is the greatest of the archer. So he is me, Tripuragno Dhanushmata. So Tripurari Rupa Sri Narayana Bhagavan ki jai. Murari is Lord Vishnu. Murarakshasa is killed. Tripurari is or Purari is Bhagavan Shiva. So I am that Shiva among all those who use the Dhanurbana. Nobody greater than him. I am that. That's my vibhuti. Now comes Dhishnyanam asmi aham meruhu. So Dhishnyanam means that which is support for all the beings, even as a central pivot, support the entire earth. That Dhishnyanam, among them, I am the Meru Parvat. Meru Parvat is said to be the central hub of the entire earth, they say. And Dhishnana means support. Remember, the Pahad, they become support for the life in many ways. One way they become support because they stop the clouds and it rains. Second is one, from there only the rivers come. And then around all the Pahad only, all the flora and fauna, all the things are there. Therefore, people stay either around the pahad or the around river, and rivers come from the pahad. Where pahad, river both are there, more people stay there. So धिष्ण्याना means abodes. सेफ सिक्योर्ड अबोर्ड में, पहाड़ों में मैं हूं मेरु पर्वत हूं. सो धिष्ण्यानाम अहम मेरु, मेरु पर्वत. बहुत सारे सूक्ष्म रूप में ऋषि मुनि लोग वहां अभी भी है. नाउ अभी भी हमेशा रहते हैं. देन कम्स गहना नाम हिमालय. Among the again mountains, but which are gahana, which are tough to escalate, tough to go through. Among all those parvatas, I am Himalaya. There in Gita, Sthavarana Himalaya. Among all the Sthavara mountains, I am the Himalaya, he says. Here, Gahana Nam Himalaya. The Gahanata of the Himalayas is what? कि ये कब स्नो होता है पता नहीं, कब ग्लेशियर फूटता है पता नहीं, और रास्ता भूल भी जा सकते हो. वेरी टफ टू ट्रेस द हिमालयन रेंजेस ऑल द टाइम. एंड अमोंग दोज हिमालयास द कैलाश पर्वत एंड ऑल दैट तो बहुत गहन ही है. कोई ऐसा ह्यूमन बीइंग गया और आया कम ही न्यूज मिलता है. ओनली सम ऋषि मुनिज आर देयर हु इन द सूक्ष्म रूप दे आर स्टेइंग देयर. So whenever you remember Meru Parvata, Bhagavan Narayan hai, salutation. And whenever we remember or see the Himalayas, Lord himself. So from Haridwar, when you cross, reach to Rishikesh, from there the Himalayan mountain range starts. And it goes on. They say it to be the youngest Parvatas, but so beautiful there. Any range of Himalayan mountains you go, oh, it is so wonderful. Even to remember that visions, those scenes, it is such an elevating experience. The Himalayan ranges, when you see in Badrinath, when you go to the Kedarnath, when you go to Gangotri, Ustara, Gomukha, when you go to the Yamunotri this side, and when you go this side of our Almora, Nainital, Pithodgarh, Karas Karke, when you see that range, and this side the Kumaon range, all of them are beautiful Himalayas. It's so fulfilling to see that Lord standing in a so huge form. In that we are like a small pebble only. Not even pebble size. Itna hi. Himalaya Parvata. Gahana. Many places in Himalaya still are not traced or not being reached by us. ऐसे रहस्य बहुत सारे स्थावर हैं उसमें, जगह है. Wonderful Himalayas. Toward Badrinath, when you go behind that, through that Managaon, crossing that Alakananda rivers coming, it's different, it's good. Anyway, Bhagavan is there in that form. Himalaya ke roop mein Bhagavan hai. Okay, now comes Vanaspati Nam Ashwatthah. Among all the Vanaspati, the trees, I am Ashwatha. There, Ashwatthah Sarva Vrukshanam, he says. Vriksha, Vanaspati is same. Among them, I am Ashwatha. He has not edited that. Because the Ashwatha Vriksha is the one which alone saying to be giving oxygen even night time also. They say, I don't know that scientifically, etc. रात को भी ऑक्सीजन देने वाला पेड़ है, अश्वत्थ कहते हैं. And what a big size of a tree it is, and so much of shadow it gives. So many thousands of birds make their nest and stay. Ashwatha Vriksha. That's why even samsara, all of that compared with Ashwatha Vriksha. And Ashwatha, these are all tree people, family tree, fig tree family. बीज आंख को भी दिखता भी नहीं हो. Lesser than even राई, जितना ही बीज होता है. And it has to go through the living being. That's how when the birds eat those fruits, after that only that becomes seed. Ordinary seed, if you take and put, the tree will not come. It has to go through a living being. That's what they say. So among all those vrukshas, I am Ashwatha Vriksha. Otherwise, generally the Ashwatha Vriksha is saluted. Mulato Brahma Rupaya, Madhyato Vishnu Rupine, Agrata Shiva Rupaya, Vriksha Rajayate Namaha. Like that, Brahma Vishnu Maheshwar Rupa, ये वृक्षराज अश्वत्थ, मैं आपको प्रणाम कर रहा हूँ. That's a mantra. तो भगवान here it is Adding to that, I am the Ashwatha Vriksha. So wherever you see Ashwatha Vriksha, Lord is there in that form to support the beings there around you. अश्वत्थ वृक्ष कुछ पेड़ जो है ना होना चाहिए हर एक गांव में जगह पे. You should have a big place of 100 acres where all trees are there, which give that required nourishment to the entire town there. ऐसा कुछ बढ़िया रहेगा. So anyway, अश्वत्थ. तो तुलसी भी भगवान का ही स्वरूप है, सब भगवान ही है, बट अश्वत्थ हियर इट इज मेंशन. देन कम्स औषधि नाम अहम यवः. Among all the Oshadhis, cereals you can call, the eatable things, all that, grains or whatever you name them, Yavaha. Yavaha in English you call it barley. द बार्ली में जो एनर्जी होती है, जो शुगर कंट्रोलिंग इफेक्ट्स होते हैं, जो बॉडी को नरिश करने का, और बाकी में नहीं होता, ऐसा कहते हैं. सो यवाश्चमे माशाश्चमे तिलाश्चमे मुद्गाश्चमे खल्वाश्चमे गोधूमाश्चमे मसुराश्चमे प्रियंगवश्चमे नमश्चमे श्यामाकाश्चमे नीवाराश्चमे. In the Chamakam Varshna, we take all these names. So, among Oshadhis, I am Yava. The barley, Bhagavan says, I am that. So, whenever you see barley, Om Barley Rupa Paramatmane Namaha, do a salutation to him. Is it not? Then, towards that barley, you will have a respectful, reverential attitude. You don't waste it. You take it as prasada. And that Yava barley goes inside, who is Lord alone, really nourishes us. Now, come to the next one. Purodhasam Vasishtoham. Purodhasam, among all the Purohitas. Purodhasa, the one who keeps the Hita of the Pura or Hita of the Raja in mind and thus plans everything and guides. That person is called Purohita. Pura means आगे, Hita means well-being, well-wishing. So well-being, well-wishing को आगे रखकर जो plan करता है, पुरोहित जी, पंडित जी. That Purohita is the one who gives all the muhurtas. And who is the one who suggests what is to be done as a remedy for something wrong if it conclude done, or what is to be done if something positive is to be gained. He is called Purohita. So, for the entire Ikshvaku Vamsha, the great, one of the permanent Sapta Rishis, Sri Vasishta Bhagavan, Pujya Gurudev is Vasishta Amsha, they say. So, luckily we are in the connection with Vasishta Bhagavan only. So, Purodhasam Vasishtoham, the Ikshvaku Amsha, Purohita, Brahmanishta Brahmagnani, Sri Vasishta Bhagavan, Vasishta Maharshi is me only. Purodhasam Vasishtoham. Okay, and Vasishta Bhagavan's, he is eternally there. You can have his darshan even now. Arundhati Vasishta Bhyam Namaha, we do in the Puja Kala. Right from the beginning of creation, he is there guiding the masses, the jivas to evolve. These rishis are always there. Please remember. Only we have to have such a high level purity that we get their darshan, a glimpse of them. And Vasishta Bhagavan's role, especially in the seventh of the Avatara, the Bhagavan Rama, we are all very familiar. It is he who suggested Dasharathji to do that Putra Kameshti Yajna. And he was the supervisor who did it. Of course, Risheshrangaji came, then the entire Yajna was done. The Payasa came, Putra Kameshti. See, Bhagavan came in 4 forms, Rama, Lakshmana, Shatrugna. And it is Vasishtaji only who, when Rama was in Parama Vairagya childhood, at the age of 14, 15, he taught him the entire Brahmajnana. In that Yoga Vasishta Ramayanam, it is called as. That is a knowledge given by Vasishta to Rama, but written in the form of book by Valmiki. Yoga Vasishta writer is Valmiki. So to Valmiki Ramayana. Also, you know Valmiki Ramayana is written in Valmiki? Yeah, I think you know it. 32 or 24. 67,000, 30, 20, 50, 56,000 shlokas. That Vasishta ji aham asmi. So Om Sri Vasishta Maharshi Nama. Daily few times we can do it. And in that Rupa Vasishta, is Sakshat Narayana is there. We are going to study Yoga Vasishtam. Definitely. एटलीस्ट ए पार्ट ऑफ इट तो जरूर देखेंगे ही हम. तो अमोंग द पुरोदसाम वशिष्ठो हम, देन ब्रह्मिष्ठानाम बृहस्पति ही. I am the Brihaspati who revel in the Brahma, the Vedas. ब्रह्मिष्ठानाम बृहस्पति, वेदों को अच्छी तरह पढ़कर समझकर समझाने वालों में देवगुरु बृहस्पति आयाम. ब्रह्मिष्ठानाम बृहस्पति. So by listening to all this, what we must know, the Vasishtadi rishis, Brihaspati adi rishis, they are always there. Creation may. So salutation to them. Then Skandoham Sarvasenanyam. Among all the Sainya Dhyakshas, I am the Skandaha. Senaninamaham Skandaha. Sarasamasmi Sagaraha. Here also Skandoham Sarvasenanyam. So Bhagavan Shiva, Parvatika, Santati, Kumara Sambhavam of this Kalidas, and you all see. So there is Skanda Bhagavan. He is he only. इन केरला, तमिलनाडु में ज्यादा फेमस है स्कंद भगवान. मेनी भक्तास आर देयर. दे आर कॉल्ड कौमारास, हु आर द फॉलोअर्स ऑफ दिस कुमारस्वामी इज अनदर नेम. स्कंदः, कुमारस्वामी, सुब्रमण्य, वेट्रिवेल मुरुगन, आर्मुगम, षण्मुगम, so many names he has got. And he is the one who taught Bhagavan Shiva Brahmajnana in one of the texts. I don't remember right now that is. It will be Tripura Rahasyam or some text. Skanda Bhagavan. So now don't have any doubt who worship other gods and forget Skanda Bhagavan. For them this is the thing. भगवान ही स्कंद के भी रूप में है. सुब्रह्मण्योहम सुब्रह्मण्योहम सुब्रह्मण्योहम. है ना. This in the Tamil Nadu every day they chant this स्कंद कवच. कुछ ही श्लोक होते हैं लेकिन वेरी पावरफुल. 6 faces he has got. He says Shanmugam. Subramanyam, Subramanyam, Shanmukanatha, Subramanyam. And lot of stories and all of them are there. So Valli Devasena Sameta Sri Subramanya Swamini Namaha Subramanya Vidmahe Kartikeya Idimahi Tanna Shanmuka Prachodayatu is another name is Kartikeya also. So he is Lord. So Skandaha Ahamasmi Sarvasenanyam. Then Agranyam Bhagavan Ajaha. I am the Brahma Deva among Agrani. Agrani means the leader. Agra आगे रहकर नी नयते सर्वानिति Agrani. Like there is a Agrani in the Grama Agrani. For everything there is a leader who is followed by the followers in achieving anything. So among the leaders, among the captains, let us say, Agranyanam Aham Brahma. Because Brahmadeva only creates all devatas, and then the instructions they receive. That's how the entire show of world is run. So among all the netas, leaders, I am Brahmadeva. So Brahmadeva भी नारायण ही है, स्कंद भी नारायण है, बृहस्पति भी भगवान नारायण है. देखो ये वशिष्ठ भगवान भी नारायण का रूप है, वहाँ शिव भगवान भी नारायण जी का रूप है. So where is a doubt now? Doubt is only, there is no doubt, it is only ajnana and murkhata. That we did a wrong practice. Like you are my friend, you are my enemy. Wrong practice. You are expression of God, you are expression of God. Right practice. So straight, so simple it is. In the same way, entire world is Lord's expression. Right practice. No, the world has these forms, they are named like this, and they are utilized by me in this form. All is wrong concept only, wrong practice it is. Changed with the right practice. Vibhuti Upasana is to correct our mistakes. That we have called names to the Lord. Sharam nahi aata, Bhagavan ko you call name. Calling name in English is Gali Dena. But now all forms is Bhagavan himself. Okay? Then comes a very important things. Yajnanam Brahma Yajnoham. See, in Gita, Yajnanam Japa Yajnosmi, he says. Among the Japa Yajna in the Yajnas. Japa. All Japa and then Pranava Japa. Then Ajapa Japa. There are so many then big discussion. Simply name of the Lord, keep on chanting with the mouth, then with the lips, with the throat, with the heart, and do it so much that japa happens by itself without your effort. Up to that you have to reach. It's called ajapa ajapa. At that level, just one question: where from the japa coming and going? When you focus, you will reach to the Paramatma from where all the japa also is happening. We experience it. There Gita में यज्ञानाम जप यहाँ ब्रह्मज्ञ यज्ञानाम ब्रह्म यज्ञोहम. And what is the Brahma Yajna? Brahma means Vedas. So Brahma Yajna is Veda Yajna means वेदों का अध्ययन करना, अभ्यास करना, अध्यापन करना. So studying the Vedas, practicing the Vedic injunctions both in Karma Kanda, Yajna Kanda, Upasana Kanda, Dharma Kanda, as well as in the Upanishad Kanda where the Tattva Jignasa is fulfilled in Tattva Anubhuti. First, understanding that. Second, living life according to that. Second, third, then doing the prachara of this Vaidika Jivana Vidhanam. We are not so exhaustively doing because we ourselves are very less in the informations or potentiality. Yet, two things daily we are doing. One, in and through all our classes, we are praying Vaidika Sanatanama Vishwavyaptyartham. So, our Sankalpa Prarthana. Second, a part of the Vedas is Upanishads. At least little we are chanting every day. Hey, Bhagavan, with the capacities given by you, this much we are able to do. If you bless us more and more will be done through us. So, Yajnanam Brahma Yajno. So many yajnas are there, no? Dravya yajnas, tapo yajna, yoga yajna, all of them in Gita 4th chapter, 12 yajnas are told. And their jnana yajnas greater than all yajnas, it is said. Sreyan dravyamayad yajnad jnana yajna parantapa. Sarvam karma akilam partha jnane parasamapyate. Therefore, Puja Gurudev gave jnana yajna. Upanishad jnana yajna, Gita jnana yajnas. In that jnana rupi agni mein, ajnana is offered. That is jnana yajna. Vedas are the authority for all the jnana. Tattva jnanam also and all the upasana jnanam, then karma jnanam. Karma jnanam is the things to be done to get what you want. Upasana jnana is to get the things from the Lord in different forms. And this jnana kanda is tattva chintana. All of them are in Veda. Therefore, Vedon के इन तीनों का पठन पाठन practice करें, so that is called as the Brahma Yajna. That Brahma Yajna is me. Therefore, you and I are daily doing little of Brahma Yajna. Bhagavan thoda to kar rahe. Please clear us of all the impurities and sins. Make us purest and immaculate as soon as possible in your own interest, so that we become your own equipments in serving. You only empty our hearts, you only fill our hearts with your presence. May we feel that fullness as early as possible of experiencing you everywhere. Thus, that fullness we share everywhere as your representative. And in one's life, highest of the contribution one can do is this Brahma Yajna, where the knowledge is propagated. Because in the absence of this authentic right knowledge, the ignorance prevails. And the only job of ignorance is to bind with all dukkha. अज्ञान का एक ही काम है, सब दुख देकर हमको बंधित करना, बंधन में डालना. एक ही एंटीडोट है उसका ज्ञान. But jnana should be authentic. Authentic is Vedic jnana. And Vedas are infinite in number. Vyasa Bhagavan came and he brought as many as he could only. Many are lukta even for him. And then he made them into 4 bhaga for the posterity and gave it to his disciples. Ananto vai Veda. When Vedas are Ananta, then in the 4 books you print all of that and say they are Veda, they contradict the Anantatva. Vedas are Ananta. So many lukta, even at the Vyasa Kala also. But essence of all Vedas has come in all these 4 Vedas. That's sufficient. So that Brahma Yajna is one of the wonderful things. That's why again we started in Telugu, Veda Mantra Ucharana and telling the meaning. We are not doing it. Bhagavan is selecting us and making us do for our own sake, and whoever want to listen and get benefit. Okay? Brahma Yajnosmi, then Vratanam Avihimsanam. There's so many vrata we as human beings have to do for cleansing our inner things, for disciplining ourselves while performing outside, and for fulfilling some of the desires, and to fulfill or to please the Lord. The vratas are done. And that vrata means what? Come what may, that is not broken. So this vrata, the nishtha, the anusthana, then this the fourth thing is called as nishchaya. You think about and understand it. If it is great, you take a nishtha of practicing it. Okay, and do that practice is anusthana, and while doing it as anushtanam, see that it is not broken. That is called vrata. Vrata is that which never breaks. Like sitting for japa. Japa is a nishtha, and doing japa is anushtana. Japa is a lakshya, and doing it with nishtha, and regularly doing anushtana. When any type of obstacles come, not getting disturbed is vrata. देखो व्रत बहुत सारे व्रत कृच्छ्र चांद्रायणादि व्रतास they are mentioned in the Vedas. Then all these Umsavana Vrata and all these Vratas are mentioned in the Puranic literature. Then Satyanarayana Swami Vratam, that is also Vratam. Varalakshmi Vratam, Skanda Shashti Vratam, Subramanya Vratam, that same. So many Vrata every year they come. Gauri Vrata, Mahalakshmi Vrata. Bhagavan says among all those vratas, they're all divine only. More useful for me and all of you is what? Vratanam avihimsanam. No? Avihimsanam is not doing himsa to anyone. That ahimsa is paramo vrataha. As per the Lord, and that parama vrata rupi ahimsa is my own expression. So सारे व्रतों में कौन सा व्रत भगवान का रूप है? हिंसा नहीं करना, अहिंसा. Physically, mentally, but more mentally. Physically, sometimes you have to do. Hmm. Today I saw somebody's nice quotation. They say, accept everyone what they are, but then put them where they deserve. It's an interesting thing. In the same way, some people need treatment. Do it. It may be required at the physical level. But what is the meaning of ahimsa is at the mind level, not thinking for the harm of, dukkha of, nashta of any being in the universe. This ahimsa vrata is complete. You can't say among 2 million people, 1,000,999, I am ahimsavadi toward them. But this one fellow, I want him to suffer. That is also vrata bhanga. But he cheated me, looted me, defeated me, deceived me. All it's okay. Still, you can't have the thought of harm to him. That protects us so much. So much it protects because so many discussions now I have to start and it is endless process. I'll cut short all of that. Even the ahimsa vrata is there, we'll be getting rid of all our prarabdha of negativities. They go away. We become more purer with ahimsa vrata than any of the other vrata. They may be the worst of the people, but in our mind we will not have himsa thought for them. Such people, how do they pray to the Lord? Oh Lord, please kill all these germs of corona or these Omicron. They won't pray like that. Their prayer is, oh Lord, these germs also have to live. May they live happily and evolve without disturbing the human beings. Because वो भी जीव है. Now they are killing us करके, we kill them. No, we are killing them करके उनको भी होता है कि नहीं? Please remember, every microbe has its own conscious individual presence as well as sensitivity about its being. It gets influenced by the things around. It also wants its security. It also wants to live, thrive. They're also jiva. है ना? तो अहिंसा धर्म व्रत वाला कहेगा भगवान उनको भी इवॉल्व करो विदाउट डिस्टर्बिंग अस. इंटरेस्टिंग क्यों? दिस नेवर कम्स टू अस. हमको सब मर जाए ऐसे सोचते. क्यों मरना है भाई? सब जीने दो. जियो जीने दो. But this is not acceptable to us at our level. No, 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 they are killing us, we have to kill them. For us, the bacteria, fungus, and all these are like enemy only we have to kill. And if you study the science, they say you are just alive only because of bacteria. Without bacteria, the body का जो भी अंदर digestion है होता है नहीं. Do you know why? How the digestion happens in the system? It's because bacteria only. Healthy bacteria are the ones which make the food digested every day. उसके बिना तो होता ही नहीं. ऐसे आप कितना भी देखो, I'm just telling example. अहिंसा परमो व्रतः and ahimsa paramo dharmaha. And if one does it, he is propitiating Lord because Lord is in the form of that ahimsa vrata. Vratanam avihimsanam. So today on this 18th of Jan 18012022, can we commit this from now onwards in our heart? Never think for the harm of anyone, come what may, whatever they are. If possible, pray for their own evolution. In fact, every moment pray for the evolution of all the jivas. Let them evolve from their body identity, individuality to the subtle universal oneness. Among them, we are also there. How long hold on to this body and live this as me, me, me? I am that infinite Brahma, all pervading. That's my original essential nature and status. That is infinite. That is blissful. So to all beings, let everyone evolve. Terrorists and all. You pray that their buddhi may become sattvika. That's good. You can't ask that jiva to die. In Sanatana, there is no killing is there. Killing hai nahi hamare yahan. Lord kills all the Rakshasas only to purify them. Tarta hai, marte nahi Bhagavan. So himsa is not accepted. Ahimsa vratam. Okay, yeah? Next comes Vayu, Agni, Arka, Ambu, Vag, Atma. These are the five things which purify. So among all the purified things, these five are my own expressions. Means I myself in the form of these five purifying the world and making it again available fresh for the jivas to live, eke out their prarabdha and their sadhana and reach me. So Shuchinam abhi aham shuchihi. So in these all five things, which are the purifying aspects, the purifying aspects in them is me, because of which they are purifying. What are they? Vayu. See that Vayu's purification, the bad odor and smoke and all, which is created by our mischiefs. Vayu is the one it takes and throws somewhere, makes it disappear only from the place. अगर वायु का ये अशुचि को निकालने वाला काम नहीं होता ना, you would have been always in the stink and smell of the things. From so many hundreds of years, so many chemicals, the bad odors, if they are not carried away, taken away the vayu, सब यही होते हैं. हम कभी कभार जाते हैं. All the emissions of the factories and all. Who is the one purifying? Vayu in that way. So Vayu. Second one, Agni. So the Pavitrikaran of the Agni, anything you are, even the worst of the thing you offer to Agni, Agni just consumes it. It never says, don't give me this or that. It takes everything. That's the greatness of Agni Deva. So by that, Agni is making it Shuchi. Is it not? Anything offered to the Agni, Agni takes away the form, and that powder remains, it is going to the earth, again it comes in another form. Agni, second, Vayu Agni, third is Ambu. अब Ambu का तो क्या बताएं? Water it is called as Agni Arka. Arka is Surya Bhagwan. Surya is also one. With his kiranas, he is purifying the earth every moment, continuously. Then fourth is Ambu, the Jala. This you will know when 5 days there is no water coming in your tanks. Is it not? How much our Arabian country वाले सेंट लगाओ, कम से कम महीने में एक बार तो नहाना पड़ेगा. In and out, what purifies is water. That purification aspect in fire, in water, in Vayu, it is me only, and also in the Surya. And last one is Vak. Vani also makes it purified. Is it not? When the Guru gives a word Vani of advice, is it not making us pure? Our dukkha goes away. Our raga dvesha go away, our kama krodha go away, all our they're all impurities, psychological impurities. All of them are removed, Shuchi, by the walk of the Guru. Isn't it the walk of the parents? Never mind, I am with you, we are with you. When they say the ashuchi of the shobha or dukkha, that you didn't get job or you failed in somewhere, so all that goes away. गुरुओं के मुख से जो शुचि करने वाला वाणी है, that also me. The purifying things are five mainly. In them, the purification aspect is me. So Shuchi Nam Aham Shuchihi. So Shuchi Nam Api Aham Shuchihi Vayu Agni Arkambu Bhagatma. So salute to them. So Lord in those forms coming and purifying you. Next comes Yoga Nam Atma Samrodha. थोड़ा बड़ा टॉपिक है, लिटिल बिट बताएंगे. योगा नाम देखो, we talk about jnana yoga, bhakti yoga, karma yoga. Bhagavan has kept all these three aside. He says, I am the Atma Samrodha Yoga. That yoga where the Atma Samrodha, Atma Samyamana is done. Either Atma means Chitta. Samrodham means Nirodha. Therefore, Chitta Nirodha, Chitta Vritti Nirodha, not Chitta Nirodha. Chitta will always be there. Chitta Vritti Nirodha Rupa, yoga is me among all the yogas. And in fact, that is the basic. Atma is Antakarana, Samrodha is controlling it, purifying. Is the basic sadhana for all other. Whether you want to do Karma Yoga, Bhakti Yoga, Jnana Yoga, Kundalini Yoga, any yoga, Atma Samyam nahi hua, so you can't do continuously. You may do mechanically, but you don't do properly. Result will not come. You are sitting in front of Lord doing Puja Bhakti Yoga, but if your Atma Samrodha is not there, mind will go in 100 directions. You sat for 1 hour, but 1 minute bhi man waha tha hi nahi. Like now you are in the class. Physically we are seated. If the mind is here controlled, then only you will listen every sentence, not otherwise. This putting mind here is called Atma Samrodhana. That is a great yoga. And this is the main thing among the entire Vibhutis. That is why end of this chapter, in 4-5 slokas, Bhagavan talks about this and this and this alone again and again. इस चैप्टर के एंड में उस समय और डिटेल देखेंगे. फिर योगा नाम आत्म samrodha. Here atma word you can expand it to all the 5 upadhis. Then samrodha therefore is all the pancha upadhis when they are fully in our control, just like the owner controls the driver, charioteer, the driver controls the reins control the horses, the horses control the chariot and goes in one direction. This is called as yoga, where every aspect is controlled and mutually in a hierarchy they are disciplined. So the body in the control of senses, senses in the control of mana, mana in the control of buddhi, buddhi in the control of guru or Bhagavan or Shastra. That is called as yoga. That yoga is me. That is why in this chapter, Vacham niyacha atmanitam niyacha. Then he says what? वाचम यच्च मनो यच्च प्राणान यच्च इंद्रियाणि च आत्मानम आत्मना यच्च नभूय कल्पसे ध्वनि. That mantra comes. So yoganam atma samrodha. So if we are doing the effort of atma samrodha, we are already invoking Bhagavan. Otherwise, pray to the Lord and seek His blessings. Oh Lord, bless me with atma samrodha sthiti. Then He will provide such experiences and sadhanas or guidance. You have to practice them. Then atma samrodha happens. Atma samrodha, if you want to know in one sentence, it is full awareness about our own every aspect and all that perfectly we are conducting according to the conviction of the goal in the path. That's called Atma Samrodha. Nothing, whether it is a health, whether the energy level, whether the mind its focus, whether intellect and its attention, all of them are fully aware by me. The Atma Samrodha can be compared with, in modern language, the pilot in that aircraft in the cockpit. Every aspect will have to be aware about. थोड़ा गड़बड़ हो गया सब खराब हो जाएगा प्रॉब्लम. Most toughest is that job because it's a seconds time. When on the runway it's running with 300 km speed, it's the right time with the button push. If it doesn't order for the takeoff, it will go into the fields only. Same, how long is the runway when it has to land the aircraft? Maximum 10 km, 12 km होगा. And what is the speed of aircraft landing? How much ever he brings the speed down? Minimum 500 kilometer. No, 500 किलोमीटर स्पीड से चलने वाला एयरक्राफ्ट एग्जैक्टली लैंड होके वो एयरपोर्ट खत्म होने के पहले रुकना है. हाउ मच विल हैव टू बी अलर्ट अबाउट ऑल दैट. You'll have to see the tires properly landing, the wings. अब क्या क्या होता है वहां. You go once and check that how tough it is. It's all automated, but his brain should work. What is working what? When the work has to be done by an individual, the reliability is greater because you know. But when the work is to be done by automation, it is more danger because it is not self-repairing. अब बोलता है मैंने कुछ गड़बड़ है तो लाइक ये बंदे को कुछ हुआ वो दूसरे को कहेगा मेरे से नहीं हो रहा है तुम करो. मशीन को कुछ हुआ तो कहेगा क्या दूसरे मशीन को तुम करो करके. वो बताएगी भी नहीं हो करेगा लेकिन इट विल नॉट टेल. ह्यूमन बीइंग एटलीस्ट कैन से मेरे को स्टमक एक हो रहा है वगैरह. व्हाई आई एम सेइंग ऑल दैट इन ऑल्दो इट इज ऑल ऑटोमेटेड टू मैनेज द ऑटोमेटिक इज मोर डेंजरस देन मैनेजिंग oneself. More difficult. So the pilot, if you understand him, the fuel position he has to know, direction he should know, wind he has to know, the turbulences he should know, and the people seated, there are VIPs, VVIPs who are there, which flight is flying. He should give the instructions continuously. But every takeoff, landing is a rebirth for every pilot. For all the passengers, of course, but for them, all of 3 महीने में एक बार. ये तो daily इतने hours he has to fly. If you understand it, like that, any example, Atma Sambrodha is like that. That yoga is me. फिर मंत्रोस्मि विजिगीषता. Vijigisha, the one who wants to victorious. What is the secret of victory? Only one thing. You are planning your strategy is thorough, foolproof, nowhere anything lacking. That mantrana is called as me. I am the mantrana. I am that mantra. I am that clarity. I am that understanding. In the people who want to be victorious and become victorious. And that Vijigisha, the desire to be victorious in various fronts. The economic victory. Now China want to overtake America and all. Some nation wants a political victory over the other nation. Power chahiye unko. Many are trying for the scientific. Japan and all, after the World War and all, they just wanted scientific technologically, they dominated the world only. Chota desh. Vijigisha, mantra. Then they planned, they made strategy, what is required, how to do it. Wow. Now also for winning over this pandemic, the mantrana is going on. Nirantar. Mantra, Vijigisha. Anywhere we have to work and win. For that, the subtle intelligence is called me. Then Anvikshiki Kaushalana. Kaushala means the perfect utilization of the buddhi in its discrimination. बुद्धि का काम डिस्क्रिमिनेट करना है ना. विचार. Discrimination is not in that way in English. Discriminating between blacks and whites. Vicharana, contemplation, inquiry, sorting out. So that is called kushalata of the buddhi. So in that kushalata of the buddhi, which kushalata you are? Bhagavan says anvikshiki. Anvikshiki means this atmanatma vicharana is called anvikshiki vidya. So doing the atmanatma vicharana called anvikshiki, when it is done by buddhi, that kushalata is me. So much buddhi can be used, as we said, to grow in various fronts, to learn, to earn. Everyone is using their buddhi, what is best to gain, and also they do the discrimination of my people, not my people, friends or enemies, But among all of them, satya and asatya, nitya and anitya, उस विद्या को अन्वीक्षिकी विद्या कहते हैं. That अन्वीक्षिकी करने वाली बुद्धि is me. Kushala. Anvikshiki Kaushalanam. So, you are very intelligent, we are very smart. Without Buddhi Kushalata, we made so many things in the world. But did you ultimately do Atmanatma Vicharana? Nahi kiya. So, फिर you have not invoked me. Because I am the Anvikshiki in all the Kushalata. Therefore, any Kushala science can grow. But the ultimate of the all sciences, the Kushalata is Kaushalyata, the perfection. The supreme thing is Anvikshiki. Where the Tattva Vicharana, Vedanta Vicharana is there. Last one we'll see today. Vikalpa Khyati Vadinam. Khyati means Jnana. Vadin means those who want to describe Those who want to establish whatever they understand as ultimate. They are called Khyatiwadi. Among the Khyatiwadi, Aham Vikalpa. ये तो बड़ा बॉम्ब डाल दिया भगवान ने. What is the meaning is, these Khyatiwadin means the Darshanikas, the philosophers. Now, these philosophers, which we are seeing in the morning Upanishad also, Nyaya, Vaisheshika, Sankhya, Yoga, Pura Mima, Uttar Mimamsa में, देखो एक एक बंदा अपने में सेटिस्फाई होने से ही बात बनती है. Otherwise, who is supreme in establishing that you will never succeed. That is how Vikalpa he says. Vikalpa is confusion here. And the confusion in all the Khyativadins means what? In Khyativadins, while they want to come to a conclusion intellectually, they can never come, they will always be confused only. Nowhere you can see. We study Advaita Vedanta, therefore we are in one go, we are going, and you are not allowed by me to be exposed to other things, therefore you are protected. If you are studying all of them, you will be so confused कि कहीं पता ही नहीं चल, सब छोड़कर you become materialistic only again. And their interconnection is such one कि one cannot be complete with the other. Like Advaita Vedanta is ultimate, we say. But then, without the Guru Upadesha, can the Advaita be achieved? The Advaita Shastra themselves say that without Guru Upadesha, you can't. Shastrajnapi swatantrena brahmajnana anveshana na kuryat. Acharyavan purusha veda. Then the Acharya came means immediately Dvaita aa gaya ki nahi? You say Upadeshadayam vada jnate dvaitanna vijjate. But you are telling to your own disciple, no? So at that level, you have to accept. In fact, at that level of Upadesha received from Guru, Dvaita is more important than Advaita. Because then only you get the knowledge. And Advaita का experience होने के बाद भी, where is the establishment of Advaita? Only when the Dvaita are put in front of you, among the Dvaita, when you see Advaita, you have reached Advaita. है कि नहीं बात? So you learn all car driving in a lonely place, but the test of the driving is when 100 cars are there around you. In the same way, all other philosophies, none of them can come to a conclusion that it is ultimate. But simple reason, एक चीज ultimate होता तो भगवान उसी को रखते हैं ना. Why will he put other ones? All are correct in their own place. Therefore, never do the unnecessary argument to lose all interest. That's why we hold on to one path and we reach out to the goal. No fighting with others. Anyway, I am the Vikalpa in the Khyativadi. Then Strinam to Shatarupa, Pumsam Swayambhuvo Manu, to Swayambhu Shatarupa Mahi Hu. In among the Muniyam Narayana, among Kumara, I am the Sanat Kumara. Like that, some more Vibhutis will come. Tomorrow we'll see them. Thank you. So, in so many forms, the Lord is there. There are Lord's expressions. We remember them. Wholeheartedly we saluted. We pray to them, the Lord, let our hearts, intellects be filled with your own thoughts all the time. With every of the indriya, like Kayana Vacha Vanshakaram with the Parasme Narayana Sarpayami, or Karacharana Krutam Vakayam Karvajam Va, Shravana Manayam Va, Manasam Va Paradham, Sarvameta Kyamasva, or Atma Tum Girijamatihi. What is said in these three mantras, may we experience that. Please bless us. May we be sincere, dedicated in these sadhanas. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevava Shishyate Om Shanti 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 Hari Om Sri Guru Bhyo Namaha Krishna Chandra Bhagavana Ki Jai Sadgurunath Maharaj Ki Jai. Thank you. We will have to do our Ramayana also. Come back for Valmiki Ramayana class in Hindi, please. सवा 7 महीने कहा रामायण, कुछ लोग आके बैठे राम रावण युद्ध देखने के लिए.